Medellín is a city that rewrote its own story. 2 decades ago, it was synonymous with violence, a city defined by a single name and the devastation that name brought. Today, it is something else entirely, a city of innovation, of public transportation as social architecture, of botanical gardens and libraries built in neighborhoods that were once no-go zones, of a population that chose transformation over resignation. The old story is real. The new story is also real. Both coexist, and that coexistence is part of what makes Medellín compelling. The city sits in the Abura Valley in the Colombian Andes, at an elevation of 1,500 meters, which gives it a climate so temperate it is known as the City of Eternal Spring. The temperature rarely drops below 65 or rises above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and the air carries the faint sweetness of flowers year-round. Mountains frame the valley on all sides, and the city climbs their slopes in every direction, a vertical geography that defines daily life. The Metro, opened in 1995, was the first in Colombia, and it did more than move people. It became a source of civic pride, a clean, efficient system that connected the valley floor to the hillside neighborhoods. The Metro cable, the aerial gondola system that extends the Metro's reach into the steep comunas, transformed access for communities that had been physically and economically isolated. Riding the cable car above the terracotta rooftops, watching the city unfold below, you understand that infrastructure here is not just practical, it is political, a statement about who belongs to the city. Comuna 13, once the most dangerous neighborhood in Medellín, is now one of its most vibrant. Outdoor escalators, a simple but revolutionary intervention, replaced the steep stairways that had made the hillside almost impassable. Street art covers every surface, telling stories of resilience and memory. Local guides, many of them young people who grew up during the worst years, lead tours through the neighborhood with a candor that is both moving and instructive. The botanical garden in the heart of the city is an oasis of tropical plants beneath the Orchideorama, a striking wooden canopy structure that has become one of Medellín's architectural symbols. The Park Explorer, adjacent, is a science museum and aquarium that draws families from across the city. Plaza Botero in the Old Center displays 23 monumental bronze sculptures by Fernando Botero, Medellín's most famous artist, whose rotund figures have become icons of Colombian art. Medellín's food is antioqueño, hearty, generous, built for mountain appetites. The bandeja paisa is the signature dish, a platter of red beans, white rice, ground beef, chicharrón, fried plantain, avocado, arepa, and a fried egg, a meal that defeats all but the hungriest. Empanadas, fried and filled with potato and meat, are the essential street food. The coffee, grown on the slopes surrounding the valley, is exceptional. Medellín sits at the heart of Colombia's coffee axis, and the farms are close enough for a day trip. The nightlife in Medellín is social and democratic. The Parque Lleras neighborhood in El Poblado fills on weekend nights with restaurants, bars, and outdoor tables where the evening stretches long. Salsa clubs pulse until dawn. The energy is warm and inclusive. Paisas, as the people of Medellín call themselves, are famously friendly, and the warmth is genuine rather than performative. Medellín does not ask you to forget its past. It asks you to see what came after. The libraries built in the poorest neighborhoods. The parks carved from abandoned lots. The young people who chose art over violence. The city that decided to invest in its edges rather than only its center. Come with curiosity. Ride the metro, walk the comunas, drink the coffee. Let the city show you what transformation looks like from the inside.